Hi, I'm Doug from Gear Tech and Recording Magazine, aka GTR, and welcome to the companion video for the review we did on the 50-watt Sideman from our friends at Milkman Sound. And you can read that review via the link right there. Alright, you're about to see a bunch of demos that really reflect the way I've been using this amp over the past month. It, first of all, sounds great going straight into the amplifier. Really gorgeous sound, but it's also a great pedal platform, and I've used it for a bunch of pedal demos, and I took my favorite clips and brought them into this video. Alright, before we get to the first demo, I want to talk a little bit about the guitar face that I managed to contract in the midst of shooting all these videos. It really reflects the experience that I had playing through this amp, which is really awesome. So if you aren't at least entertained by the guitar playing, you will hopefully be amused by the strange faces that I'm making. Alright, the first demo features the Wallace Detroit Guitars T-style instrument that I was running straight into the front end of the amplifier clean. Beautiful clean tone until you start cranking the amp up. The amp has built-in tube reverb and tube tremolo and sounds amazing going into the front end of the amplifier, which is what you're hearing here. So let's get to it. So before we start using any effects, I wanted you to get a chance to hear the amp distorted on its own. And to do that, I'm using the Eric Clapton Signature Strat. It's got a 25 dB mid-range boost, which I'm using to pummel the front end of the amp, which I've got set on 6. Technically, I'm running through the tone corset, but it's bypassed and it's nicely transparent. All right, let's take a listen. I would suggest maybe turning up your speakers. Not surprisingly, the first stomp box I reached for was a vintage TS9 tube screamer. And I was basically running it at unity gain, so I wasn't pummeling the front end of the amplifier, but the end result was ever so slightly Dumbo-like. Really cool. That gets us to this lovely Squire Telly that was reliced by our friends over at Nate's Relic Guitars. And I'm running that out into the Electro Harmonics Tone Corset Compressor. It's a new compressor from our friends over at EHX. The cool thing about it is it's got a volume control so you can goose the front end of the amplifier, which is exactly what I'm doing for this demo. For this last demo, I'm utilizing my Les Paul Special, which is one of my go-to recording instruments. I'm also using a couple of really cool things on the amplifier that I've really fallen in love with. First of all, the bright switch is perfect in the off position for single coil guitars. But when you go to something that's got some P90s or some humbuckers in it, flipping the bright switch is perfect to kind of get that balance. I'm also utilizing the tremolo circuit to kind of imitate kind of a Fender Rhodes sound. So what's really interesting in this one demo, utilizing the EHX tone corset, I'm kind of toggling between a little bit of Al Di Meola influence, some kind of Fender Rhodes sound using the tremolo, and then a little bit of funk as well. And what's great about this setup is it really allows you to change between those styles so easily. Let's take a listen. So that gets us to the end of this video. I want to thank you for hanging out. To read the review, again, you can follow that URL right there. Also want to invite you to visit the Gear Technology and Recording website at geartechrec.com. Thanks again for watching. Cheers.